Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are going to absolutely nail a topic from human geography that is, and I'm not kidding, a total goldmine for your CUET exam. We're talking about that big ongoing debate, humans versus the environment. So let's dive right in and make it super simple. So, have you ever felt your brain just kind of short circuit trying to remember the difference between these three big ideas? Yeah? Well, you're in exactly the right place. Because trust me, understanding the difference is like finding free marks on your exam paper. Seriously. Stick with me for just the next 10 minutes, and I promise you these concepts are finally going to click. We're going to lock in those marks and make sure you walk out of here ready to handle any question they decide to throw at you.
Okay, first things first. Why are we spending time on this? Well, it's simple, really. This isn't just some boring theory. This is about strategically grabbing marks that can give your rank a significant boost.
The people who set your exam love this topic. You are going to see it everywhere. I'm talking direct MCQs about the thinkers, those match the following questions linking concepts to keywords, and yeah, even those really tricky assertion-reason questions. This is a high-yield area, folks. You can easily bag 2 to 3 correct answers from this one topic alone. That's huge. So, let's build this from the ground up. Make sure we have a solid foundation. The one core question that geographers have been arguing about for centuries is this: who's the boss? Is nature in control of us, or are we humans in control of nature? And that's really what this whole field is about, right? It's understanding this two-way street, how we affect the environment, and, just as important, how the environment affects us, our societies, our cultures, our development. The three theories we're about to break down, they're just different answers to that one big question. You know, these ideas didn't just pop up overnight. They evolved over time. Think of it like a pendulum. First, it swung way over to one side. Nature is completely in control. Then it swung all the way back to the other. Humans are in control. And finally, it kind of settled right there in the middle, in a more balanced spot. Let's break them down one by one.
All right, our first stop is environmental determinism. The absolute easiest way to remember this one is to just think nature is the boss, period. And humans, we just have to listen and do what we're told.
So this theory argues that basically everything about us, our technology, our culture, how we live, is all decided by the climate, the landforms, the resources around us. Humans are seen as passive, kind of like clay being molded by nature. And here is the key word you absolutely must remember for your exam: naturalization of humans. It means humans are just a natural product of their environment. The main thinker to connect with this idea is Friedrich Ratzel. But, as societies got more advanced, people started looking around and saying, wait a minute, I don't think nature is the only one in charge here. And that pushback led directly to possibilitism. It's a complete reaction to determinism. This is where the tables turn and suddenly humans have a choice. Possibilism says that nature doesn't give us orders. It just gives us a menu of options, of possibilities. A mountain isn't just a barrier. It could be a source for mining or a place for tourism. It's up to humans as active agents with technology to decide what to do. The keyword here is the exact opposite of the last one: humanization of nature. This time, we're leaving our human fingerprint on the natural world. And the key thinker you've got to remember is Vidal de Lablache. So we went from nature is the boss to humans are the boss. But what if the truth is actually somewhere in between? Well, that's exactly where our third concept, neo-determinism, comes into play. It's the great compromise. Now, this concept has a brilliant nickname that you should definitely remember: stop and go determinism. It's a fantastic way to think about it. It basically argues that we can't just do whatever we want without any consequences. Nature sets limits, and if we ignore them, we're really just heading for disaster. The key thinker here, Griffith Taylor, used a perfect analogy: traffic lights. Nature gives us a green light to go ahead with development. But if we go too far, causing problems like pollution, nature gives us a red light, a big warning to stop and fix the damage before we can proceed again. This whole idea is basically the foundation of what we now call sustainable development. So check this out. This table just lays it all out so clearly. Look at the human's role. We go from passive to an active agent and finally to a cautious adjuster. And nature's role shifts from being a controller to a provider of possibilities, and then to a kind of referee that permits or forbids what we do. Go ahead, take a screenshot of this. It's perfect for a quick revision.
Okay, so we've got the concepts down, but how do we make sure our brains don't just jumble them all up in the exam hall? Let's lock it in with a super simple trick. To remember the historical order of these theories, just remember 3 letters. D, P, N. Determinism came first, then came possibilism as a reaction, and finally, neodeterminism came in as the balanced middle path. D, P, N. Simple as that. All right, theory time is over. Let's put your knowledge to the test. I'm going to show you a couple of questions just like the ones you'll find on the exam. I want you to pause, try to solve it yourself, and then we'll break down the answer together. You ready?
Okay, first one. Take a moment, pause, and think about it. Okay, first one. Take a moment, pause, and think about it. Got your answer? The correct answer is C, Griffith Taylor. Remember, he's our stop-and-go guy, the one with the traffic light analogy. Ratzel is for determinism, and Vidal de la Bloche is for possibilism. And now for a classic match the following question. Match the concept on the left with its keyword on the right. Pause now and figure it out. Okay, let's solve it. Possibilism is all about humans making their mark, so A matches with 3, humanization of nature. Determinism is about nature shaping humans, so B matches with 1, naturalization of humans. And that leaves neo-determinism, the middle path, so C matches with 2. How'd you do?
Now, before we wrap this up, let's talk about the common traps. I need you to listen carefully because avoiding these is just as important as knowing the right answer. This is where so many students lose easy marks.
Okay, here are the classic mistakes. First, mixing up the 3 thinkers. Make flashcards for this right now. Second, confusing those 2 keywords, humanization versus naturalization. They sound similar, but they're opposites. Third, thinking possibilism means humans have unlimited freedom. No, it just means we have a range of choices. Fourth, always connect neo-determinism to sustainability. And finally, please read those assertion-reason questions slowly. They love to test the little details about nature's limits. Don't fall for it. Okay, let's do a rapid-fire recap of the most critical points. If you're revising the night before the exam, this is the slide you need. Ready?
Here we go. Determinism. Nature is boss, and the thinker is Radzel. Possibilism. Humans have choices, and the thinker is Vidal de la Blache. Neo-determinism. It's a balance, stop and go, from Griffith Taylor. The whole debate really boils down to whether humans are passive or active. And the most relevant theory today? That's neo-determinism because of its direct link to sustainability. Boom, that's the whole topic.
So, how'd you do on those practice questions? Be honest. Let me know your score down in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful and you're serious about acing your CUET, make sure you hit that subscribe button. In our next explainer, we're going to tackle another high-yield topic. I'll see you there.